Assalamualaikum and a very good evening. Welcome to the MPPU 1003 class for innovation in teaching and learning. So I believe some of you guys already understood what being, taught by Dr. Dian. Okay, do you remember what are the things that we've learned from the last previous class? So it's about innovation and how it differs with invention, and then we learn about different models of innovation. They had a lot of innovation throughout the years, and I believe those things are really important for you guys because you need to know what innovation first before you go that into the innovation principles and everything and apply in your teaching and learning. So that's okay. So what we're going to learn today is we're going to learn about problem-based learning and how this is a way forward for you guys to really innovate in your teaching and learning. Okay. So before that, let us let us let us refresh. What are these things? Okay. What are these things? So all the demand pull process, AD approach, network process. What are these? So this is what. Check it out and please make sure to discuss the uniqueness of each process among your friends because this is really important. This can help you guys to really, to be innovative. Okay, so this is the things that you have learned. You need to understand the process and everything, and it will help you guys. Okay, so do refresh and discuss about the uniqueness of each process after the class session ends. Okay, and then okay, so before we go in depth into the innovation part, all the model of innovation. Oh no, we're not going to do model of innovation because that was last week. So today we're going to learn about the innovation itself in teaching and learning, and what are the things okay and not that so okay. So the history of innovation. So basically, before that, I would like you guys to know that as an educator, all of us, we are the educators, and the roles we should play our role to serve the society. Okay, not only to make sure that the society can survive, but also to thrive. Okay, so in order to face this challenging and unpredictable, the globalized world, what we should do, what we should equip ourselves, what we should equip our students, our future generation that will lead the world. So it requires a comprehensive, sustainable, and superb. But also, we need to have a continuous, something that could meet the challenges, the innovation part. So the evolution must be systematic, consistent, and also scalable. Before that, so let us check about the world today. I believe all of you guys knows that we are in the 4.0 industrial revolutions. So we have, from 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, there's a lot of transformation in terms of the society, in terms of the economy, in terms of the job perspective, and that is what shapes the world today. So this industrial revolution has really transformed the world. And also, if you notice that some of the jobs are not really relevant these days as compared to the first revolution because we evolving, okay, and these things they have pros and cons in which it definitely changed the landscapes of today's world, especially in terms of education, the revolutionize of IR 4.0 towards our education system. Okay, so in order to meet all this industrial revolution, the fast, and I know the clouds, Internet of Things of IR 4.0, we also have to comply. We also have to work together to meet the sustainable development goals. So I hope everyone in this class already heard about this before. So sustainable development goals is they have the 17 goals listed by United Nations in order for us to really all of us to meet the goals by 2030. Among the goals is actually quality of education, as well as they have another goals on innovation as well, responsible consumption, climate action. So these are the things that we can look into because this is the focus of the world. Okay, and in doing so, we need to realize that people are changed. So people are different, especially when we discuss about the generation. Now we are in what kind of generation, and what kind of generation that we are faced in our education system. Maybe our teachers is in the generation of baby boomers, so they have their own way of delivering in teaching, and we have to face the generation alpha, who are pretty much different from us in terms of the characteristic, the behavior. They are very fast. They want something that is fast. They couldn't wait, but they are very handy in terms of technology. So basically, we need to understand, I really love the phrase of Malaysian of tak kenal maka tak cinta. That is really applicable here, because when you know something clearly, passionately, you can understand more, and you can propose anything that really meet the needs of someone. Okay, so if you love your future generation, I mean, you want to do so much for them, you need to understand them. You need to know their characteristics, so you can propose something that is really beneficial for them. So in doing so, we need also to prepare them for the world's future. Okay, so this is a really good report by World Economic Forum. If you have chance, you can just Google up, and then they have a clear reports, and they also have the reports for Malaysian. Okay, in Malaysian, what are the job yang dah lama tiba-tiba tak wujud, it's not really relevant now. So so check it out. It's really important, because why? Because you guys, you are as the educators, you will be the windows and doors for the kids. So you basically their eyes to see the world today and also future. So we as an educator, we need to really embrace it, and also, I mean, optimize all the things that we have, and formulate for them. Okay, so if you can see, they also mentioned about the skills needed by 2025, and it changed throughout the years. The skills needed 2020 is not the same as 2025, and it become complex as they go on. They become complex. It requires more analytical, complex problem solver. Those things are really important. Okay, so you really need to make sure that you could equip them and equip yourself as well. So in order to do so, we need to be innovative. Okay, innovative in our teaching and learning. So problem-based learning is, I mean, based on the rigorous study, it is clearly know that problem-based learning is the things that could really match, could really help to achieve all of these top 10 skills of 2025 needed by all the employers, by the industry. Okay, so these are the things. Let us reflect some of things. I believe all of you guys have your own opinion, and this is what I've discussed with my friends, my colleague, and what I found is everyone is actually, they couldn't comprehend anymore. It's too much for them. Sometimes it's too hectic in terms of schedule, in terms of the responsibility, in terms of the KPI we need to achieve by us. So it's really something that we could ponder, because what are the education before this, and how it shapes us today, and how we going to shape our students, and how they will face their worlds. If we are not prepared them for something that is could meet them with their future world, is something that is really a concern, because you takkan sanggup kan lepaskan contoh you have a singer, you have a lion, and then you jaga dia dekat zoo je, you jaga dia dekat zoo. Okay, zoo conducive environment kan, everything is there, makanan kita boleh bagi and everything. Tiba-tiba you dah pelihara dia elok, you tak biasa bagikan dia dengan cabaran, tiba-tiba you hantar dia dekat safari yang jumpa dengan segala macam binatang, walaupun singa, tapi dia tak pernah jumpa dengan that kind of challenges. So that is something that we have to think about. We have to think about. So so that is where we together need to play our role. Okay. The last two is about the mismatch of skills and qualification needs. So in the industry, it keeps saying that we don't have the qualified, we don't have the right skills of student, the graduate. So these things are really like something that we really need to work on. And also, there's a situation as well for the students today where they just going blank for the final exam when they actually do well in their normal class. So, is there anything that really, really, uh, dangerous? Something that we really need to reflect on in terms of the way we deliver things. So, that are the things. So, therefore, all of us, school teacher, college professor, administrator, researcher, and policy, we need to, innovate the theory and practice the teaching and learning, the right one. It's not about the right or wrong. Something that is really could really meet the challenges, could really cater the problems, and also, of course, to ensure the quality of our student in terms of life and also works. Because as I mentioned before, in today's world, I believe all of you guys also experience that. We have to need a lot of like different kind of things. So that is really challenge for us. Okay, in doing so, okay, that comes the reason I bring you guys to problems. Okay, okay, why on earth do we need problems? So all of you guys need to do your problem identification, right? So why we need problems? I mean, it's enough already. I think we have a lot of problems, and I mean it gave us headache, gastric, no tension, pressure. It limits us. It becomes something troublesome. So I don't think we need problem, okay? But we need to really look it into different perspective, okay? We are no longer need to we need to perceive something as in a different way, okay? I try to look into different spectacles in which now we need to see the problem as something we call as opportunity, okay? Opportunity. So please bear in mind now the problem is opportunity. It's no longer a problem. Okay, why I say so? Okay, see, this is the innovation by the book industry. Okay, as you could see, from library to its bookstore, order online, Amazon, and now they have Kindle. Okay, the problem is very clear. From library, you need to borrow, you need to physically attend the library. It's tedious. You need to return the book by 2 weeks or 1 month, and then okay, if since we found a problem with the library. So some of them innovate and build their own bookstores, okay, where you can buy your books. It can really serve the purpose. It can really you are no longer need to worry about. Scratch things on the books, and also you can really own the books. However, uh, is the same things apply here where you have to go physically to the store? So there's come Amazon. So what Amazon did was it innovated in terms of the channel of the books. Okay, basically it's the same things. It's the books, but then they change the channel of. I mean, they innovate the channel using online where it can deliver the books right to your doorsteps. Just order, and then as we progress, uh, Amazon didn't stop there. They also innovate as matter goes along those lines. So they think that instead of like order online, they want to go into the digitalization, digitalization, in which they introduce Amazon Kindle. You can buy and use the ebook. Okay, so that is among the innovation breakthrough. Okay, this one. What about this? This is the innovation in music industry. Okay, but this is on revenue innovation. Okay, there's a lot of innovation. You can look into the business model innovation. They have a lot of blogs that you can really focus on. And that's what make this innovation successful because they really focus on what are the things that they want to innovate. Okay, again, I have to say that they really focus which area, which blocks they choose to innovate because that will really help them to to make it a success. So in case of the music industry, they do it into the revenue innovation. Previously, we're using, piring hitam, and then we moved to the CD. But the thing is, if you want to listen to one song specifically, contoh lah, at that time you want to listen to what song, what are the best. Let's say you listen to Siti Nurhaliza. I hope everyone knows Siti Nurhaliza. Okay, okay. When you want to listen of Stirza, let's say her most among the famous song is contohlah Percayalah, Trust is about trust, Percayalah. But you want to listen only that song, but you have to buy the whole album. And at that time, it costs about 20 to 30 ringgit, which is quite expensive at that time to listen to one song, but then you have to buy the whole album. Probably you listen to 2 or 3 songs from the whole album, but then you only want to listen continuously a few songs. So what the innovation by iTunes is, they introduce the concepts of, you can pay per song, so you can actually buy on one song. So what iTunes did is actually he disrupt the system, the music industry. So he iTunes disrupt he. Okay, and then but iTunes only for Apples, okay, and it not compatible to others, and there's a lot of issues. So Spotify comes. What Spotify did is he provide free music for all. You can listen numbers of times. However, he used the concept of ads. You have to pay for the ads. And you don't have to pay, but there will be an ads during the listening process, and that's where the revenue innovation happened. Or they also introduced premium account, so that you can hear without ads. You can listen to the song repeatedly without ads. So that is basically the revenue innovation. Okay, this is the idea. I want you guys to think and reflect on yourself and think about any other innovation breakthrough. Okay, we have also, okay, this is design innovation. Okay, matchmaking industry. Back in the days where we have the internet and they have the website to do the matchmaking, and you have to fill a lot of like details. All of the things you need to fill out about me. I'm not sure. Seems like lengthy details about yourself, and that's where Tinder comes to to change, to innovate. Okay, they knows exactly what the public needs. Okay, public want to meet their soulmates, but they don't want to fill up all this form. They don't want to, what are the things they want. They want to see the people. They want to know they're interested or not. So they introduced Tinder just by swipe up, swipe right, swipe left, something like that. So that's really something that really solves the problem of of matchmaking. Okay, so a lot of people's already successfully meet their spouses through Tinder, and also they also cover the harassing area where if you're not swipe left or right, you don't really in contact with your future someone who will mess with your life. I'm not sure if I'm using the right words, but yeah, no. Okay, so these are the innovation breakthrough. There's a lot. Netflix, Netflix is really, they really disrupt the world's the television worlds, the broadcasting worlds by having Netflix, and also we have Fashion Ballet. Fashion Ballet is interesting because it's actually a hub to support local Asian designers. So Fashion Ballet is only about all the local designers, Asian local designers. So if you don't sometimes you want to support the local designer, but you don't have a platform, so Fashion Ballet create the platform. So this is where they innovate, and also Shopee as well, Lazada and those things. So they basically innovate. So the innovation, they are really focused on these 10 areas, customer engagement, in terms of service, product performance. Those are the things that are incorporated, taken into account when they do the innovation breakthrough. So what about the innovation in classroom? Okay, so the innovation in classroom. Okay, in classroom, there's a lot of things that there's a lot of things happening in the classroom. We have the teaching and learning process. We have the classroom organization, classroom management. So in the teaching and learning process, the innovation that happening today is we have the flipped classroom. We also have problem-based learning, blended learning, so etc. As part of the classroom organization, what about safety, productivity of students, impact of students, the classroom management about timetable assessment and also activities. So these are the things lives that we can dive into to innovate. And how does you guys want to be innovative in your teaching and learning? First, we need to really identify the needs of students in our classroom. We need to recognize, this is really important, we really need to recognize what are the attributes of our classroom organization, identify the dynamic assessment, preparation, and then reflect upon the importance of classroom management, and also assess role of teachers, students, and community as innovators. Okay, this is interesting because sometimes the learning process is not limited to the classroom only, because COVID really disrupt our teaching and learning process. So the teaching and learning process can also involve other parties, and Skype has really do it before this, uh, in which they already introduced the connection network across the globe for people to learn. So there is Skype. Okay, so this is the example in teaching and learning. We have flipped classroom. If you never heard about it, you can check it out. Blended learning, NALI, academia learning innovation, in which they incorporate the research element, training elements into the models. We also have problem-based learning, where it also involve collaborative approach. So this is actually the innovation in teaching and learning. So when we talk about innovation, so why those things are innovative? Okay, because they really cater these five things. Okay, they basically do the innovation because they understand, they know the problem, they really know. Let's say Grab. Okay, alamak, I don't provide a Grab, but why Grab is so successful today? Because they really meet the problem. People want something that, okay, contohlah, kalau dulu we have taxi, we have bus, but it's expensive, and sometimes it really like macam it doesn't really meet our time. So macam kita akan bazir masa those things. So Grab know this problem and they cater. And then Foodpanda, they really solve the problem. So why people love them? Because they solve their problems. If our food, I don't have cars, but they'll just send me. So that is really important. The problem is essential, because if you have a very clear problem, it could really help you. Contohnya lah kan, di Malaysia sendiri, if you heard about the lorry, okay, the lorry is apps for people to move, macam kalau moving house kan, they don't have transportation nak move, kita ada the lorry. So these things are really essential, because why they berjaya, sebab they know the problem. They know the problem and they cater the problem. The second one is purpose. All of this innovation, they really serve the purpose. They know exactly what they want to do. Okay, so they have a clear purpose. Okay, this is for what? This is for what? So contohlah macam music industry tadi, Spotify. They really want to focus on the revenue. So their innovation really focus on the revenue. So kalau contoh siapa tadi, on design. So they are really focus on design. So it depends what are your purpose, how you want to cater your purpose. And then experience really matters, sebab in this current world, experience is penting. So yeah. So whatever you do, innovation yang you buat, you need to know the experience by your audience. Kalau diorang rasa tak menarik, macam mana? Tapi tak semestinya tak menarik, maksudnya tak berjaya je, because sometimes you really need to give pressure for it to be successful. Okay, and then you kena tahu siapa target you. You need to very very clear dengan you punya, bila you nak buat innovation, you kena clear siapa audience you. Siapa audience you. Apa nama dia, by bulan berapa benda ni kena ada clear benda tu. Untuk jangka masa pendek ke jangka masa panjang. If you don't have these things, it will be really hard for you guys. I'm sorry, we have international students. I kind of mix with bahasa, so I'm using English after this. And then you need to know what are the outcomes. You need to be visionary. Okay, so these are the things that make the innovation breakthrough. Innovation is merely innovation, tapi innovation breakthrough is something that is macam successful gila lah, the successful innovations. So, okay. So based on these things, some of you guys may think that innovation are, related to the technology or new invention, but no, innovation is not only technology. Yes, it involves technology, but that is not the main thing. So bila you innovate is not about technology. When you embed the technology into the products or the things, the problem that you want to solve, it doesn't really make it as innovation. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So yeah, so innovation is not only a matter of technology. Because of what? Okay, remember this: innovation in education, as doing things in new way to do something differently in terms of approach, process, product, or strategy. Okay, so thank you so much. So we're going to okay. Innovation is not always tangible. Okay, this is important. So before I'm gonna cut into the next session. So the next session I will discuss more about innovation, but please make sure that innovation is not always tangible. Okay, we need to know the tangible and intangible. So basically, please bear in mind in this class, I'm not looking into tangible product only. I would love to see the intangible product as well. Okay, so what you guys are going to propose, obviously based on your problem, based on the real problem, it can be tangible, it can be intangible. So see you guys in the next part 2. Bye. Have a good rest first, and then we'll see you guys. Remember, identify. Remember, the first things that I ask you guys to do is you need to, to dictate the uniqueness of the models, and hopefully we can understand more about the innovation after this. Thank you.